Well, hello there. I'm taking a little walk through where the rocks are really high. And literally taking this journey, it's like being squeezed. Being squeezed by the terrain, and I'm choosing to shoot this in this location because that's what's going on at the moment. As you may have been feeling it, we've been squeezed the last days, and I know I felt moved to do so before, but I feel moved to share about the astrology of this time, because this weekend, right now, the last days, what's been going on is you have the Sun, Mercury, Saturn and Pluto, and they're all in conjunction in Capricorn, which means they're all in the same plane, in the same place. And this is an event which hasn't happened for an extraordinarily long time. Last time it happened was about 38 years ago, and then we had Saturn and Pluto in Libra, but now we've got them joined together with the Sun and Mercury in Capricorn. So what does this mean? Well, in terms of the human development, it means we're having the experience of being squeezed. And it's like these are the birth pangs of the human race as we're moving out of the age of Pisces, the age of Aquarius, and it's been such a hard thing for people to understand, because we think of giving birth maybe takes a few hours or a few days. Well, we're talking about much longer than that for an age. We're talking about many decades of being squeezed. But this is a particularly significant point because that exact conjunction, particularly between Saturn and Pluto, is today, and we'll feel it for the next couple of weeks, but it's really extreme at the moment. I've noticed lots of symptoms myself. My skin's been in a dreadful state. Felt like it's on fire. And I find it very difficult to function. Been really challenging just to put one foot in front of the other each day. And something I do want to share, which is about autism. More and more people are being recognised as being on the autistic spectrum, and it's often the case with something that comes along that's fairly new or not understood. People tend to want to pathologise it, regard it to be some kind of a disorder. Well, time will prove it's actually the unveiling of a new step in the development of humanity. So people on the autistic spectrum, they appear to be rather different and strange from a lot of other people. But these qualities which are labelled as being somehow wrong are actually part of an increased sensitivity and development of us as a human species. So, if that label has ever been given to you, my suggestion is don't fret. You're part of the new wave. It's all good. And so here we are on the brink of a new 38-year period. Because as soon as these two planets start to move away from each other, which is happening in the next hours, and we'll feel it for the next couple of weeks, that is going to make such a difference. So if you felt squeezed, that's a really good reason for it astrologically. And just to know that the fact that you chose to live in these extraordinary times with all sorts of apparent threats on the global world stage, that's the other thing to be aware of. What's been going on with you in your body is reflective of what's being going on out in the world stage, and all the actors, the politicians, all the rest of them posturing and prancing and preening and doing all the things they do. making noise, lots of drama. It's all part of the process that we're going through at the moment, of literally being squeezed out of the last remnants of the Piscean age, which is very much about, I believe, and based upon religion, and into the Aquarian age, which is based upon empirical observation and testing things out, having a scientific mind actually, and coming to the conclusion, yes, I don't believe anything, I research, I test, and then I know, and I act on it. So if you've been having any weird symptoms, my advice to you is don't think you're alone. It's very likely that huge numbers of people have been feeling very, very strange recently, and that's the reason for it, because we are literally being squeezed out of one age and being birthed into another, and this is a process that doesn't take hours or days, it takes decades. And in fact, 1904 is a significant date when a particular occultist was encountering a extraterrestrial, had a conversation with an extraterrestrial, which resulted in something called the Book of the Law being written. It goes through to the 1960s and the hippies and the musical hair and people taking drugs and expanding their consciousness, and it goes all the way through to the times we've been living in, to where we are now and what is to come as well. So very exciting time to be alive, and as I always say to myself, anyone who's alive today in 2020, you are a lottery winner, one of the lucky ones that was able to make it, and there are a lot of people that have been leaving at the end of 2019, the beginning of 2020, because it's just too much for them. It's more than they can cope with, which is why they've chosen to leave, because it's a particularly tough time to be alive. Let's just acknowledge that and recognize the fact. So we are all doing brilliantly if we're even surviving, and if we do better than that, if we thrive, then how wonderful is that? So great love to you on your journey, and cheers for now.